Hey everybody, Caldo here, and today we are going to play some Football Manager 2016. Only a couple of weeks now until the demo is released for Football 2017. I have pre-ordered it, we'll be on that as soon as it comes out, but I thought, well, we got a couple of weeks, why not jump into a save and get some videos up quickly as Manchester City in this game. I thought we'd go for a big club. Goal this save is going to be quite simply to win hopefully everything in the next two seasons. But I'm going to try and replicate the playing style of Guardiola a year early. That means we're going to need to make some transfers quite quickly because the current Manchester City players in this game are not that great. They're all quite old. So we'll have to do a bit of chopping and changing, get some new players in, and hit the ball running straight away. I think in terms of competitions, we're in everything this season. Yep, all there. So we'll try and do the quadruple this season, and then next season see if we can also get the Club World Cup and Community Shield. That will be quite a big ask doing that in 2 seasons in 2 weeks, but we're going to push it and see how far through we can get. I'll be jump cutting these videos quite a bit so that you don't have to sit through all my clicking. All of the boring matches. I'll probably just skip ahead to the goals, show you the highlights, and you guys can follow the progress as we go. So to begin with, what I'm going to do is move ahead, get my squad sorted out. Look at those ages, and then set up my tactics, make a few transfers, and then meet you back before we kick off pre-season in 10 days at Tampines. So see you then. Welcome back, guys. I've gone a bit further than I thought I would. We've actually gone all the way through pre-season and made our transfers. If we just have a look at how pre-season has gone, first of all, you'll see that we have won all 6 of our matches. We've actually only conceded 1 goal, and that was against Bayern Munich at home. It's been quite comfortable, really. Not playing the biggest of teams, but reassuring that we won all of our matches, and it does give us some good morale going into the start of the season, which is at home against Sunderland, which we will see shortly. We've got a couple of difficult games after that, Arsenal and Liverpool, before another probably quite comfortable run until the United game in October. If we have a look at our transfers, which is probably the biggest bit of information in the early season, you can say that we've had a bit of a clear out. Now, one of the things that I hadn't realised about Manchester City, because I've not actually played with them on this game before, is that you don't get a transfer budget when you start. You get a bit of a wage budget, but no actual transfer money, which, when you've got such an old and slow squad, can be quite difficult. So I have shifted a lot of people out for cut price fees usually. Only really good money that I got was for Fernandinho. I got actual price for him at 22 million. Everybody else went for at least half price, really, or their valuation was so low it didn't matter. Everton did quite well out of us, taking Kolarov, Sanyo and Di Michaelis for less than 10 million in total. Jesus Navas, just 10 million for him, 16 million for Sami Nasri. I was hoping for a lot more for him, but I needed to shift some players to cover other positions. You can see that Juan Bernat has been brought in for 22.5, John Stones at 40, Alessandro Florenzi at 27.5, and then as sort of a Hail Mary, I've done what Tottenham have actually done this summer and paid too much for Moussa Sissoko. But he can play in centre mid and on the right of midfield, as can Florenzi. So they both provide backup. If we just have a look at the squad, we can talk through that. We do need to get a backup goalkeeper in. At the moment, our backup goalkeeper is, I believe, Richard Wright, who is probably 146 at this point. But hopefully Joe Hart won't get injured. We've also got... in the centre of defence, Kompany and Stones are likely to lead the line. Mendy's quite good in this game. Mangala will provide cover. Florenzi and Zabaleta at right back. Clichy and Bernat at left back. Bernat and Zabaleta will be the likely starters. Fernando in the defensive midfield position, but Yaya Toure and Zabaleta can also play there. Centre mid will be probably Fernando at DM, Toure in centre mid, alongside probably Moussa Sissoko. Fabian Delph unlikely to play too much. Or Florenzi will probably fill in there if Zabaleta is at right back. And then quite good at left midfield. David Silva's brilliant. De Bruyne is also brilliant. We've got Sterling playing down the right. Florenzi again can play there, as can Musa Sissoko. And then up front, we've got Bonny and Aguero. Hopefully Aguero isn't injured too much. But Kalichi and Acho is a brilliant player to be able to bring on if we need to. So quite a lot of my players I've made sure can play multiple positions. It means the squad size is quite low. But hopefully the board will give us some extra money to spend ahead of the January transfer window. But I'm reasonably happy with this squad. We're not going to win everything this season unless I can make a few more additions in January. But we'll give it our best shot and see what we can do. The team that we'll be lining up with, or formation we'll use, is a standard one for me. It's playing with a DM and the three up front, all out attack on the front end of the pitch, and then all defence at the back end. The fullbacks will bomb forward because we are Manchester City. We do have the better players against most teams. Only training with one tactic at the moment because I want to get it up to full completion before I think about anything else. But I think we should run through most teams quite comfortably. I think we're playing short possession football. Hopefully get 60% in most matches. Should be a ton of shots with so many players in all-out attack. We're going to look to control the game. So I would say this is how Guardiola plays his football. You know, 3 in the midfield, 3 at the front, 4 at the back. Everybody taking part in the attacking except for the 3 in the centre of defence with the defensive midfielder there. So hopefully we'll get some good results. Now, first match today is actually against Sunderland. So if we go to our team selection and let the assistant pick the team, Aguero, Silva, De Bruyne, happy with that. Toure, Sissoko has been picked in centre mid. You can see we just don't have the backup in reserve, which is going to be a struggle. We will need to probably bring in somebody else. I might even have to bring in somebody like Matthew Flaherty just in case we have an injury crisis. But we're playing with a small squad. We're going to have to win with a small squad. They've decided to put Vincent Kompany in defensive midfield, which I'm not too happy with. But I think that's because Zabaleta is injured. Yeah, there's not really a way around that at the moment. But he can do a good job there. Stones, Otamendi, Florenzi. Right, is there anybody I actually want to bring on here? How does De Bruyne do in midfield? Not very well. No, I think that's the team we'll run with today. We can maybe bring on some subs, see how they do, but I think that team should be able to beat Sunderland quite comfortably. So let's get out there and see how they do. Florenzi wins the ball. Shea's picks it up in the middle. As you can see from the stats, we are dominating this game. Got that 60% possession that I want to keep hold of. Sunderland haven't yet had a shot. It looks like their attack is broken down here, so we should be hitting on the counter-attack. John Stone's bringing it forward. David Silva has gone off injured, so we've had to switch De Bruyne to the left and bring on Raheem Sterling. But Aguero has picked out De Bruyne down the left. What can he do here? Oh, it's a penalty. Yunus Kabul putting in the foul on De Bruyne. And we have a penalty very early on. I think it's going to be Yaya Toure to take the penalty. Just wait for the players line up. It is Toure. And he does score, and we have the lead against Sunderland. 1-0, 8 shots, 4 on target, and 1 goal. I'd expect many more before the end of this game. Sterling with the ball down the right. He sends it back to Sissoko, who's running forward, finds Toure, and that's 2-0. I expected more goals. It's taken a while to come, but we've done it. Sunderland still with only 2 shots, 1 on target. 62% possession for us. We're dominating this match. Sunderland have got a throw, but it looks like this will probably be the end of the game at 2-0. Not as many goals as I would have liked, but 15 shots. Nearly 60% possession, definitely a Guardiola style. You can see the players are still pressing here in the 92nd minute. So I think the tactic is working in the way we want to win games. Should be a lot of goals this season. Hopefully we don't concede too many. But we are going to have to see if we can make a couple more signings, maybe bring in a couple of players. But first match, first win. Now it's time for game 2 of the season against Arsenal at the Emirates. Following that 2-0 victory, I'm hoping a 100% record in all competitions, including friendlies, continues. This is going to be quite a difficult game. I'm not going to change the way that we're playing. We're going to use the same tactic we did against Sunderland. Not really going to change the team that much either. I'm going to switch De Bruyne to the left and put Sterling in down the right. Otherwise, I think I'll keep the exact same team. I haven't made any additional signings. All I have done is bring in a bunch of the youth players. I am going to trust them to do a job for us and hope that we don't get too many injuries, really. We've already got Delph, Sabletta and Silva out. Silva got injured in that match against Sunderland. He's out for 3 or 4 weeks, so that is a bit of a blow. But luckily, De Bruyne and Sterling, pretty good. Thierry Ambrose can play down the left, I think. We've also got Brendan Barker, who can play down that side. So I think we should be fine. I might use Barker instead of Ambrose actually on the bench. But yeah, I'm not too worried about playing the big teams. I think we'll comfortably beat all the smaller teams and take the league this season. So I'm going to go out, attack, even away from home against big teams, and hopefully we can get a few points on the board. Florenzi with the ball on the right wing, and De Bruyne, and we've scored within about 20 seconds. I was not expecting that. A very early goal from kickoff for us. Happily take it. Sissoko's won the header. Otamendi's got the ball now. He finds Toure. Surely we're not going to go 2-0 up at the Emirates so quickly in the match. Gray does find Sterling inside. He shoots. Saved by Czech. Sterling still got it. And it's a foul by Johnny and a penalty to us. Yaya Toure, second penalty in 2 games. Can he make it 2-0? What a start here at the Emirates. I was not expecting this. Toure steps up. And it's 2-0. This is incredible. 3 shots. 3 on target. 2 goals. And 2-0. Santi Cazorla with the ball now. Arsenal with only 38% possession at home. And Florenzi has intercepted that ball. Walcott has got it back though. Arsenal maybe going to get a goal back here. He does find Walcott in the box. And there's Giroud. Oh, and Alexis Sanchez on the follow-up. Joe Hart not able to do enough, and it's 2-1 now. Oh, and Ramsey's got the ball now. He does find Walcott. Walcott picks out Ramsey. He has a shot, and it's got in. How's that happened? An own goal for Joe Hart. It must have come back off the post and off Hart and in. Arsenal with the throw here. They've been much the better team since we took that 2-0 lead. Brought the game back to 2-2 before half-time, but you can just look, they've had twice as many shots as we've had. We are still ahead on possession, but we're not doing enough with it. And here's Bellerin with the ball in. Scramble, cleared out by Fernando. Went out with a throw. That is full-time. 2-2. Not the result I would have wanted after going 2-0 up so early on, but given the amount of pressure we were under for about 70 minutes of that match, I can't complain. I am going to complain to the team though, because it will get them fired up for the next match, which is against Liverpool, if I remember correctly. So that's going to be quite a tough match. But I think fast-paced 2-2 draw away at the Emirates, happy with a point there, stops Arsenal making any ground on us, and sets us up quite nicely for a match against Liverpool, where I think another draw I'd be happy with, really. Here's the league table after 2 games. We are in 5th on 4 points. United, the only team to win both matches. None of our competitors doing very well at the moment. In fact, only United have actually won a match, unless you count Leicester in there as a title rival. But reasonably happy with that start. It is Liverpool away in the next match. But I think I'm going to end the first episode there, guys. If you have enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. Next episode, we'll play Liverpool, end the transfer window, and find out who will be playing in our Champions League group. But until then, see ya.